Hi guys, creation is already finished. Thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in the... Okay, I am only kidding, but I could as well end the video right here because creation is finished. What does this mean for our goals and our aspirations and the things that we want to achieve? Why is this information important at all? The reason is that it means that the responsibility of creating something that already doesn't exist is not with you. Let me say that again. The responsibility of creating something that doesn't already exist is not on your shoulders. The only thing that you have to do is to become that which you want to be and become that now. I know it sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is, but if you stay till the end of this video, I am guaranteeing you that a lot of these concepts will be very, very clear. Creation is already finished. We can approach this in a couple of ways. Number one, hypothetically speaking, all the apple trees that are ever going to be planted on this planet already exist right now, potentially in seed form. They do, right? We are not importing apple seeds from some other planet. These seeds that exist now, if they are planted, they will give rise to more apple trees, which will again give rise to more seeds and more apple trees. You get the picture. So potentially, all the future apple trees exist right now in some seed form somewhere. Creation is also a bit like that. The seed of the version of you that you want to be exists right now. It is done. You don't have to do anything for the apple tree to become an apple tree. All you have to do is plant it, nourish it, nurture it, and everything happens on its own. It doesn't ever happen that you plant an apple seed, but then it gives rise to some other fruit and everything goes haywire. It never happens like that. It's all programmed inside the seed. All you have to do is nourish it. And once you plant it, you don't have to keep taking score of whether it has now germinated or not, this and that. This is where the apple seed doesn't actually turn into an apple tree because of our interference. It's the same with the kind of version that we want to be in the future. You have to be it now. You have to plant that idea and nourish it and nurture it now, where in our imagination, in our consciousness, you need to become it first. You can't keep grumbling about your current state, complaining about your current state, and making lists of what you don't have and how will you get it. And this is all interference. This is not called planting the seed. You protest so much against the very state that you're trying to become. We all do it. We protest against it, and then we want to be that. So that is not the way to do it. The way to do it is this way: to become it first. Start feeling it first. Now, there are a lot of very definite techniques that we will tackle in the next videos, but with these videos, what I am actually trying to do is I'm trying to lay out a foundation first about the nature of the world, the true nature of the world, and the nature of our mind and of our self that we have. And it's my opinion that this doesn't get talked about enough. So one way to approach this: creation is already finished. That is, all the apple trees that are going to exist in the future already exist right now, potentially in seed form. This is one way of looking at it. In the last video, which I will connect here or here, I'm still not getting used to which corner to point at, but please find it here. In the last video, we spoke about the 4th chapter, 35th verse, where Lord Krishna is saying to Arjun that knowing this knowledge now, knowing this knowledge about the self, about the true nature of yourself and about the world, you will never be deluded again, dear Arjun. And you will find that the whole of creation is in thyself and in me. The whole of creation, that is the past, present, and the future, it's in thyself and in me. If you believe an external God, then you will find that entire creation in me as well. There is another way of approaching this statement: creation is finished. And let's do a very quick exercise. Just close your eyes for a second and try to imagine something that you don't even know exists. Go on. It's not possible. So, the fact that you can imagine something, the fact that you can desire something, truly desire something, that means that it exists in potential form, it exists in the seed form. All you have to do is nurture it and nourish it, and it will bear fruit. In the Bhagavad Gita, the main problem is that Arjun, who is supposed to be a warrior and fight this war, that's his duty to fight this war, he has given up his arms, he's slouched in a chariot, and he's complaining to Krishna that he cannot fight because he cannot slay his kinsmen and his relatives and his gurus who were standing on the enemy side. And Krishna, after trying a lot of methods, after he shows Arjun his divine avatar, Arjun sees that the past, present, future, various galaxies and universes and the various suns and moons and everything existed within this divine being. Everything existing simultaneously. That's what he saw. In fact, the very relatives that he was afraid to kill as a warrior were already slain by this divine being. They were already dead. That's what he saw. Future. He saw the future, that they were already dead. All he had to be was an instrument to achieve that end. That end was already achieved. That end was already done. It is done. Creation is done. Creation is finished in that sense. All Arjun had to do, and what Krishna has been asking him to do, convincing him to do, was to be that instrument, be that correct instrument, and perform his duties to meet that end. They have already been killed by time. So, in that sense, what can we learn from this? Our goals, our versions, our future versions already exist. They have already been created by time. All we have to do is to be it, to be that instrument that leads us to that future version. And that is what it means by creation is finished. So please remember this, that you have to become it more and more and more from inside by believing that version exists more and more from inside. In subsequent videos, I promise you, we will go over very definite techniques and definite steps that Neville Goddard has explained in his law of assumption as to how you can become that version. First, it will become from inside, and then the manifestation will also happen in the outside, because the most remarkable feature of man's future is its flexibility. You have a choice. You can plant that seed in your consciousness and in your imagination today. And then, with these beautiful, easy to follow techniques, you can actually achieve anything that you can conceive of. Absolutely anything. For creation itself, and for the greatest power that exists in the universe and which also exists within you, no amount of money, no amount of glory, no amount of healthiness, no amount of happiness is impossible. There is no upper limit. There is no cap on how much you should ask for, how much you should aim for. The only thing that will stop us from going very far is the limitations in our own mind. And that also has a solution. As I said before, we will tackle all this in future videos. Let me know how you like this video. I know it was a little complex to understand merely through the intellect, but I have made an attempt. Let me know how you find this, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.